Hi soulmates, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Tekla Ezugu, and in today's video I'll be teaching you how to make this beautiful structured sleeve showing right now on your screen. So if this sounds like something that you'd like to learn, I want you to go ahead now, like this video. If this is your first time coming to this channel, I want you to hit the subscribe button, and I also want you to go ahead and turn on your notification bell so that you, my precious one, will be the very first person to know any day and any time we have a new tutorial up. So for this particular tutorial, it is actually an easy one. We are going to go ahead and draft a quick pattern on it, and then we'll just sew it together. Now I came down by 1 inch on my pattern as the starting line. Now the length of the sleeve that I want to make now is 8 inches, and then I just noted where 12 inches is. Now I want to create a short sleeve. Normally your short sleeve is 8 inches, so we are first going to create a basic sleeve, and we are now going to alter it into this puffy pointy sleeve. Now for my cap height, I came down by 4 inches. Whatever is your cap height, please use it. If it's 5, come down by 5, but for me it is actually 4. And then I measured my round armhole divided by 2. My round armhole is actually 19 inches divided by 2, which is 9.5. I marked it, and then I created a diagonal line all the way to my starting point, and I divided that line by 2, and I'm just going to go ahead and mark out my armhole curve. Now what we are trying to do now is that we are trying to create a basic sleeve. Now on my 8 inches line, I'm going to divide my round armhole by 2. My round armhole is 12 divided by 2, which is 6 inches. Now that is exactly what I just marked out. I would also like you to note the fact that I have not added any sewing allowance to this pattern. I did not add any allowance to this particular pattern. So now from that 8 inches, I came down by 4, which is 12, and this is where I am going to curve my sleeve. If you don't want yours to be as long as mine, you can come down by 2 inches from the 8, which makes your sleeve length 10 inches. Mine is 12, and then you will see the outcome. So this is 12 inches, and I'm going to connect it all the way to my armhole line. The sleeve length I am connecting at this point is 12 inches. After making my first line, I didn't really like the curve, so I just went ahead to reconnect it again. Now, after reconnecting, you can see what I have. So I'll just go ahead and clean up the other lines so that you do not get confused. So you can see exactly how my sleeve looks at the moment. You can see the way it is curved. Now, right now, I'm just going to go ahead and cut that out. After cutting it out, we are now going to go ahead and alter it again. So after cutting out your sleeve, you are going to bring a fresh pattern, but before then we are going to go ahead and slash this sleeve. So I just divided what I have by 2. There is no measurement for this, just do any division, but make sure that it is pointing towards your armhole line, and then you are going to slash through it. Then you now get a fresh pattern paper. You are now going to spread it and add extra inches to the height. So we are going to do that just as soon as possible. So you can see the way I am slashing my pattern, and I am not cutting it out. What we are doing now is called slash and spread. So I'm going to get a fresh pattern, and I'm going to actually be placing this on it so that we can spread it to the amount that we want. Now on my fresh pattern, I am first coming in by 2 inches. This 2 inches is my sleeve allowance. You know that this sleeve is not tight to the hand, and that is why I'm coming in by 2 inches. Now I want you to pay attention. This 2 inches, I'm actually coming in on the center part of my sleeve, not on the side. I'm coming in on the center part of my sleeve, not on the side. And this is going to be the allowance I'll be using to make this sleeve. If you want yours to be bigger, you can add extra 3 inches. When you open it, then it is going to be 6. I added 2, so when I open it, it's going to be 4. Because I'm assuming that this pattern is on fold, right? So you can see the way I kept my pattern and I placed it on that particular 2 inches that I marked, 2 inches line that I came in with. And I'm now recurving my armhole line. So this 2 inches is where my pattern is now going to start. I want you to note that I did not add any allowance towards the armhole part. Normally when you are making a sleeve, you add allowance towards the armhole part, but I didn't do it. Now at this point, I'm just trying to recurve my cap height. I'm just trying to recurve the cap height so that you have a very nice curve. Please make sure that your cap height is sitting very well because it's still going to affect the fit of the sleeve on your dress or on your blouse. So right now you can see what I have and I'm going to go ahead to cut that out so that you see exactly what we have. So after cutting it out, I just made a small split just to have an idea of what it is giving me. And then I went ahead to recurve my line. If you think the sleeve is too long at this point, you can trim it out. So just give it a curve until you have what you desire. Now you would actually bear witness with me that this sleeve did not go round the armhole. It didn't extend to the armhole part. So that is exactly what I am just trimming out at this point in time. So I came in by 2 inches and I reconnected it to the tip of my pattern paper. Depending on how covered you want it to be, you can come in by 3, but for this particular tutorial, I came in by 2 inches and I just recurved it. So right now you can see what I have. Then you remember that I told you that my round armhole is 9.5 when I divide it by 2. So I went ahead to remeasure that 9.5 and still adding that 2 inches that I took out, still having it in mind. Then the place that the 9.5 stopped, I notched it and I made a mark so I don't forget it. Now for the sewing of this sleeve, these are the fabrics I'll be using. My Ankara fabric, my stay, my lining, this black material is my lining, and then my peplum stay. You can use thick gum stay, you can use collar stay, or you can use peplum stay if it is around you. So now I'm going to fold my peplum stay into 2 and I'm going to place my pattern paper on it and I'm going to cut it out on fold. I'm going to cut it without adding any single allowance, right? And I'll be cutting 2 inches of this. Please kindly note that I did not add any allowance to this peplum stay that I'm cutting right now. And after cutting, this is exactly what I have. And I am going to go ahead to iron this peplum stay to my fabric. Now you can see the way I'm still notching that particular part where my round armhole stopped. So you can see exactly what we have. You can see that this is actually an easy tutorial and the outcome is actually very nice. Now you're going to go ahead to use hemming gum and iron this peplum stay to your fabric. After ironing it, then I'm going to go ahead, cut it out and then cut out exactly the same thing on my lining. And I also added stay to my lining. So right now I've cut it out. You can see the way I added ½ inch all around it and I still notched that part where my round armhole stopped. This is my lining. I already ironed stay to it. I'm going to take one piece of the lining to cover one piece of the main fabric. Some people still prefer to iron their peplum stay on their lining, but for me, I actually prefer it on my main fabric. So this triangular part, I'm going to turn it and I'll come back to show you what I have. So after turning the triangular part, you can see what I have. I didn't turn the curved up. It's only the triangular down that I did. Now, after doing that, top stitch it and you're now going to go ahead to make some pleats. Your pleat is going to start from that point where you notched. That is why I told you to always make that notch so that you do not forget. So from that particular pleat now, that particular notch, I'm now going to go ahead and pleat it. Now, when you are making your pleat, I want you to note and make sure that it is aligning with your round armhole. You can also decide to make a gathers on that point, whichever one is more convenient for you. So right now you can see what I have after I was done, and by this way you can just go ahead and join it to your sleeve. So guys, this is where we are going to be stopping for this tutorial. You can see that this is actually an easy and quick tutorial. Did you enjoy this tutorial? I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. And guys, I also want to tell you that our Blazer Masterclass is coming up on the 16th of January 2026, and you do not want to miss that class. All registration is going to end on the 30th of December. It is going to be a detailed class and it is just 15,000 naira. You should not miss the class. Whether you're a beginner or you already know how to make suits or blazers, I am going to give you a very professional way of sewing suits in that class. All you have to do is click the WhatsApp link in the comments and it will bring you directly to my WhatsApp to register. You can also click the seller link on our bio to register directly. Our corset class is still ongoing and you can also join. And guys, until my next video, I can't wait. My name is Tekla Ezugu and you can also join our WhatsApp community of tailors. All you have to do is click the WhatsApp link in the comments of this video. What do you guys think about this tutorial? I would love to hear your thoughts.